We've got a very special event happening here tonight relating to Ireland's Defence Forces, and that's why we're very ably represented tonight by Colonel Phil Maguire, who's retired, New Zealand Defence Forces, and Major Jim Maguire. Now, could I just please ask you both to come forward? Right. Thank you. This relates to Ireland's time when it sent some troops, UN troops, to the Congo. Some of you may have watched the film on Netflix, The Siege of Jadotville, but effectively it was Ireland's first engagement with the UN, and basically 155 Irish went there as part of a contingent A company, and they had some hard times. Effectively, they were under assault for 6 days solid and up against 3,000 to 5,000 Katangis and mercenaries. Now, that wasn't all at once, I want to mention. They came in waves of 600 and 800 and so forth. So the troops managed to keep everything at bay for 6 long days, but they were eventually forced to surrender. And one of the radio communications that came from the troops when they were in the middle of the siege was as follows. It says, "We will hold out until the last bullet is spent, but could do with some whiskey." The troops that served there didn't receive much recognition for that battle, and there's a lot of theories, I'm sure, about why that happened. But in 2016, the government decided to do something about it at the time, and they awarded the Presidential Unit Citation to members of the A Company, and that's the first time that that citation had ever been basically given out. So it was presented in Athlone in Ireland on the 2nd of December before Christmas to those that remained alive and their families. But unfortunately, one of the families was here in New Zealand, and they were unable to attend at the time. And I'd like to just tell you a little bit about Gerald Hennelly. Gerald was born in 1943 in Seafin in County Mayo. Have we any Mayo people here? No? Okay. He signed up for the army at aged 15. He clearly told a lie about his age. And at 18 found himself deployed as part of A Company with the 35th Battalion in UN service in the Irish Army. And the rest is history. He went there, he fought in that siege, and we have his medal here today. Gerard is survived by his wife and children here, and I'd just like to invite you to come forward and perhaps face the audience if you don't mind. So we have his wife Elizabeth, who's just making her way here to the front of the stage. Thank you, Elizabeth. We've got his daughters Jackie and Geraldine, and their families, Martin Lidster, John, Liam, Christine, Kieran, Quinton, and Cadence. So what I'd like to do now is to invite Major Maguire to read the citation. Just a little bit about Major Maguire. He's here representing the Chief of the New Zealand Army. Jim served in the New Zealand Army for 14 years, and before that he served for 29 years in the Irish Army. Both his father and grandfather also served in the Irish Army, and in fact Jim's father served in the Congo in 1961 as well. So Jim spent his Irish career between Donegal, Dublin and the Curragh, and he served abroad on peacekeeping missions 9 times, one of which was with the New Zealand Defence Forces. So Jim currently lives in Wellington with his family. So could I please ask you to come forward now and read the citation?
Thank you, Niamh. This medal is called An Bun Jadotville. It recognises the leadership, the courage, the bravery and professional performance of A Company 35th Infantry Battalion and its attachments, who, under challenging circumstances at Jadotville, while besieged by overwhelming numbers of Katanganese gendarmerie and cut off from support and reinforcements, did valiantly defend their position from the 13th of September to the 17th of September 1961.
Thank you very much. I'd now like to invite you to provide the medal to our Minister Jim Daly. If you could please come forward. I think a round of applause is in order. I'd like to invite Minister Daly now to come back here and to read a letter that has been sent from Minister Paul Keogh, Defence.
Letter on Tara Keogh, our son Realtish Naheran. Dear Mrs. Hennelly and family, as Minister with responsibility for defence, I regret that I am not with you tonight to present this medal personally. I feel truly privileged to have been able to take the decision, together with former Taoiseach in the Kinney TD, in June of last year, to award the Jadotville Medal to the members of the A Company and to the family representatives of the deceased members. Unfortunately, your family were not in a position to attend the ceremony in Custom Barracks at Lone on the 2nd of December, a location that I'm sure was very close to Gerald's heart, as it was from there that the men of A Company assembled in advance of their fateful deployment to the Congo. I am delighted, therefore, that my department has been in close contact with the staff in the Honorary Consulate General who have made it possible for Minister of State Jim Daly to present this medal on this auspicious occasion. I have no doubt that this night will be remembered proudly by your family for many years to come. I would like to draw your attention to the words on the medal that you will receive tonight. The words state, Cusant Columna, Valiant Defence, and Mishnok, Courage. These words were carefully chosen in order to pay tribute to the courageous actions of the men of A Company. It is truly fitting that their bravery and courage is formally recognised in the presentation of this medal, which I'm sure will be treasured by your family. Finally, I would like to wish you all a lovely evening, and I know that you will be justifiably proud of Gerald and remember him with great fondness as you receive the Jadotville Medal on his behalf. Yours sincerely, Paul Keogh TD, Minister with responsibility for defence.
Thank you very much. We had some photographs. I'm just wondering, are they available? Great. Thank you very much. Our pleasure. Okay, thank you.